Hey everyone, I'm Mackenzie, a data scientist from Michigan, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what makes R special. Let's get started. By the end of this video, you'll be able to explain how R is different from other programming languages, explain the advantages of using R, and speak to its usefulness in data analysis and in statistical computing, and explain the strengths of the R community and how to get involved in it. Before getting into the advantages of using R, I want to talk a little bit about what R is. R is a useful tool that was created by statisticians, specifically for statistical computing and data analysis. Because it was created with this in mind, it is optimized for this kind of work. R is also a free, open-source programming language and software environment. And I'll talk a little bit later on in this video about why it's an advantage that R is an open-source programming language and what that means. R makes exploratory data analysis easy for beginners. For example, R's dplyr package makes it easy to manipulate local data frames, like this cars data frame on the right, which is a built-in dataset in R and contains information about the speed and stopping distances of cars. dplyr allows you to manipulate data frames like this one by doing things like selecting variables based on their names, summarizing multiple values, and rearranging the ordering of the rows. A group by function also allows you to perform any operation by group. Statistical models can also be written without much experience in R. R's syntax makes it easy to create complex statistical models with just a few lines of code. Right here is an example of a linear regression model written in a single line of code, where stopping distance is predicted from speed using the cars dataset. Also in R, many calculations are vectorized, so you don't need to use loops to perform the same operation over and over on your data. If you're not familiar with using loops, a loop allows code to be executed repeatedly until a certain condition is reached. So in this example here, we have a vector of integers from 1 to 10 called x. If we want to square each element in x, we don't need to do it with a for loop, shown in this red box here, which would involve iterating through each index in x, squaring the element at that index, and inserting the squared element at the corresponding index in our x squared vector. Rather, shown in the green box, a single short line of code can do the squaring operation to each element in x at once, and all of the looping happens under the hood. R is also well known for the ability to easily make beautiful data visualizations with packages like ggplot2 with minimal code. This professional-looking plot was made using the short block of code on the right. In ggplot2, you can make bar charts, heat maps, scatter plots, box plots, violin plots, and more. R's streamlined syntax for creating visualizations allows us to both quickly construct charts for exploratory data visualization, as well as create high-quality, publication-worthy visuals to communicate our findings. Now moving on to some of the advantages of using R. R is an interpreted language, which means that R does a lot of the work for you. So for one example, unlike a language like C, in the line of code where the variable x is assigned the value 3, you don't need to tell R that 3 is a number, that x should be a variable that stores numeric type data, and you can reassign x to a string like myString, and you don't need to tell R that the data type is now a character string. R is also open source, which means anyone can fix bugs or contribute new features. In this way, R is very collaborative. This also means that R has a wide variety of packages that can be easily installed and used. CRAN is a network of web servers around the world that store identical versions of R code, packages, and documentation. A couple common packages that you'll see popping up a lot are Tidyverse, which is a collection of R packages designed for data science, and it includes the packages I've already mentioned, ggplot2 and dplyr, and Caret, which is a package of machine learning functions. Continuing on with the advantages of using R, RStudio is an integrated development environment, or IDE, that is widely used among R users for writing R code, and it's a useful tool in the data analysis workflow. It was designed specifically for use with the R programming language. Check out our video on the RStudio IDE to learn more and to find out how to install RStudio on your own computer. R also makes it easy to reproduce analyses. Unlike point-and-click types of statistical software, like SPSS. A single R script can use the same analysis on multiple datasets, and allows others to recreate your analysis just by running your R code. R is also one of the most popular programming languages, and demand for data analysts and scientists is increasing, so it's a good time to jump on board. Finally, R has a vibrant community, including the hashtag #RStats on Twitter, where users of R ask each other questions when they need help, post about new packages, connect with other new and experienced R users, and build friendships. R Ladies is a group promoting gender diversity in the R community, and it also has in-person meetups. Right now, there are R Ladies groups in 45 countries and over 140 cities. There are also many widely attended and discussed conferences, like RStudioConf and useR, and I recommend checking those out if you're interested in meeting other R users and learning more about R with them. Now that we're at the end of the video, you should be able to explain these points. R is different from other programming languages because it was created specifically for statistical computing and data analysis. It is optimized for things like exploratory data analysis, statistical modeling, and data visualization. R has many advantages over other programming languages. One big advantage is that it is open source and free to use. Anyone can contribute to R, which means that there are thousands of packages at your disposal. The R community is large, vibrant, and exists both online and in-person meetups worldwide. R is a widely used, growing, collaborative, and powerful tool for data scientists, and there's no better time to get started. Thanks so much for watching this video about what makes R special. I'll see you next time, and happy coding!